Okay, guys, take two. Kind of funny. I just went live, and I think only one person got on. But my phone, I touched my phone, and it twisted the camera, which totally screwed up the whole thing. So I wanted to keep it landscape like this because I'm trying out my new toy. I got a light and all this good stuff so I can make decent videos. I'm very excited about that. But Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday, and if it extended into much longer, I hope it was a wonderful week. Gosh, our Christmas started Friday and we had events up until yesterday, so it's been a crazy week. Today I'm home with just my dogs. It feels good, but our Christmas is going to extend into the weekend because we co-parent with my daughter, or my daughter with my ex-husband. Hi Keisha, shh. And we do our Christmas with my daughter this Sunday because this year was her Christmas with her dad. So we kind of do it a little bit different, but you know, anybody else who co-parents totally gets it. We have to split up Christmases, Thanksgivings, birthdays, all that stuff. So we will finish Christmas up this weekend, and then we can close the doors on that chapter. I am coming to you guys today because I want to ask the question about, do you have goals for 2019? And if you do, like I think everybody does this, we set goals and we don't necessarily hit them every year. And it's not a fault of our own, it's just that we don't have a system around it and we end up failing within a few months. So I wanted to share with you something that I have been doing that has helped me tremendously already, and I'm at a point where I wanted to share it with you guys because I don't want anyone to go into 2019 and not hit the goals that they're setting for themselves. And I'm a firm believer in not setting resolutions, because resolutions don't work. As you know, you end up failing after a couple of weeks or a month. That's why the gym is packed in the first couple of weeks and then it dies down and it gets back to normal. Anybody else know what that's all about? Hey Deborah, thank you everybody for jumping on. I hope you guys had a Christmas. What was your favorite meal that you had yesterday? Was it a dessert? I'd love to hear what it is, so go ahead and drop it in the comments. I would love to know what you had that was your absolute favorite thing to eat yesterday. I'm all about food. My favorite thing yesterday that I ate, let's see, I had an amazing steak. We went over to a friend's house for dinner last night. We had, it was New York strip steak and it was done on charcoal and it was amazing. They made a delicious red wine broth, beef broth reduction that was just out of this world, and we put that over the steak and it was amazing. So that and the salad, me and my vegetables. So if you are someone that sets goals every year, give me a hand. Drop a hand and let me see if you guys are setting goals for 2019. And if you've already done that, if you have a system to help you meet those goals. Because if you do, then this might not be the video for you to watch. You might already have your system and it works out and it's perfect. But I'm going to share with you what I'm doing and how it's working for me, and it's already been working for 2018. And I don't know if, I know this is a Wednesday and people are probably back at work. So if you're watching this later, go ahead and drop your hands later because I would love to know who's got a system. Maybe I'm late to the party. I don't know. But so are you setting goals? That's the first thing you should be thinking about if you are when you start a new year. For me, I always set goals in different categories, and this year I'm really being specific. Like I'm setting a financial goal. I'm setting a personal goal. I'm setting a social goal. I'm setting a business goal, and I'm setting work goals. So I've actually got 6 categories. Oh, and health goals. So I've got 6 categories of goals that I'm setting for 2019. Each category has a couple goals in it. So I'm not setting goals that might take a really long time. I'm set, like financially, yes, it's going to take all year. But for me in 2019, I want to see progression. I may not hit every goal in 2019, but I'm going to see progression every step of the way in 2019. So one of the first things, I'm going to give you 3 steps that are 3 parts of a system that can really work for you to help you meet those goals. The first one I want to tell you is you have to set those goals, and you have to set them in categories. So for me, I've got this little goal sheet that I use. You probably can't see it too well, but it's got it set up in those 6 different categories. We've got personal, social, financial, health, business, and work, because I run a business at home, and then I also have my day job that I work as a nurse. So I have goals in each of these areas, and each of those goals are going to have different tasks. So you have to line out what your goal is and what the different tasks are. They're going to help you meet that goal. So to give you an example, because financial is huge for most families, we're not, living with tons of money coming in all the time. We're sometimes trying to make things work every month, and you want to take vacations and set aside money for next Christmas and all this stuff. So some of the goals that you might want to reach is putting away $2,000 for Christmas for next year. Okay? Well, how are you going to meet that goal? It's not going to just magically show up in your, that's my doggy, he likes to look out the window. It's not just going to magically show up in your bank account by the end of the year. So each month you have to take steps. So break it down over 12 months. How much money do you have to sock away each month so that you are going to have that $2,000 at the end of the year? So that's financial. You might also want to have a pay off debt. So how much money towards debt do you have to pay each month to hit that goal? I wouldn't, unless you've got a minimal amount of debt, you might want to say, I want to pay off 50% of my debt this year. I might want to pay off 80% of my debt. So break it down, crunch those numbers and break out those tasks, and then break it down month by month. The second tip I have for you is putting it on paper. And when I say put it on paper, I do it 2 ways. I'm a very visual person, and if you're a visual person out there, hey Cheryl, long time no see, we miss you. If you're a visual person like I am, I like to put it in picture form, but then I also want to write it out so I have all the details. So for me, I highly encourage using a vision board. So this is my 2019 vision board. And it may be a little kooky for some people, which is fine, but for me, I'm visual, and I really like this because it's on one page, and I can put it all around where I spend most of my time. So I can have it in my planner, I can have it in my bathroom, I can have it in my office. That way I know what my goals are for the year. So I have, spend more quality time with the family, more freedom. I want to build my faith and grow my faith this year. I want to finish my back patio this year. I want to have savings. I want to pay off debt. I want to have more girl time. I want to keep up with my skincare because I'm getting older, girls. You know what I'm talking about. So I want to drop some body fat this year. I want to be more dialed in on my clean, low carb eating. That's a huge one for me. I want to get my blog going because I haven't been 100% consistent with that. I'm going to be volunteering more this year with the Tears Foundation. And then I also want to get a nutritional assessment and do a full blood workup with my vitamins and that sort of thing, because as we get a little older, we got to watch those things, and it all affects your hormones. So I put it all on a vision board. Now, you can do this on many different apps. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining. And then you can print it out and put it in different areas so that it reminds you of what your goals are. Because if it's not in front of you, we tend to forget about it, and we then react to not meeting the goal instead of being proactive about it. And so you need to set yourself up first so that you can meet all those goals and be proactive about it, because if you're not proactive about it, you're not going to meet the goal, and then hey, sup, because then it can be very negative on your mindset when you're not hitting those goals. So first tip is really setting your goals, writing them out, and then second is making a vision board or doing the deep down task, listing out the task to meet your goals. Those are huge in planning. Then it comes to action. I don't know if anybody else like you is out there like me that loves planning things. I'm like, I go to Staples, or if I go to Home Depot, I get really excited. I geek out on that. I just love office supplies and organization tools and all those types of things. So I wholeheartedly believe in a really good planner, a planner that's really going to help you meet those goals. So I want to share today a little bit about what my planner looks like, because it's really something that can really help you stay focused on a weekly basis so you can keep hitting those goals. I have a snuggle bunny. He wants to snuggle in here. He's cold. Sit down. Good. So I've used this planner in the past, and I have another one that I've used as well, but this one I'm really excited about. This is a plum paper planner. This is the 7x9 inch. This is exactly the size I needed, because last year I got the one that is 8.5 by 11. Way too big. I couldn't carry it around in my purse, and I just ended up not using it probably 5 months into it. So this is the size I needed, and what's really nice is you can personalize the whole thing. Now, I don't make any money on this. I'm just sharing this because I love this planner, and I wanted to give you some of the great details about it that are going to help you. You can pick out whatever planner you want. You can go over to Office Depot. They have some really great ones there. There's one that I really love that's called Inkwell Press. Really great planner, has all the goals in there, and then it breaks it out in quarters for you. That is something that I'm doing that has helped tremendously, is having those all your goals set out in quarters so you can plan in 90 days, because then you have an end goal of what you want to achieve in those 90 days. Stop. And you're not looking at this long 12-month goal. You chunk it out, and you can make those goals happen in a more timely manner. Does that make sense? So the nice thing about this one is obviously you've got your calendar in here, but it has a goal section. And I have all mine written out in those categories, and then I've got the quarters here, which I have not done yet. I don't know if you can see that. So I put quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to list out exactly what I'm doing in those quarters. And then when I get into, stop it, I'm getting a nose sniffer to my elbow. I don't know why. When you get into the month, this is a weekly planner, which is nice. This weekly planner, like I said, this is customizable. So you can set what each of these little sections are going to say. But up here I have goals of the week. So for in the month, let me go back to the beginning of the month. In the beginning of the month, I've got a goal section. There's 3 goals. And then birthdays, events, and then things to remember. So some of the things that I want to remember is I'm going to study for my CIC this year. That's my infection control certification. I am going to attend a new church this month in July. January. What are those J months? Whatever. So then I can write it out in the month. But then when I get into the week, like I was just showing you, you can break out those goals to have it in a weekly basis. So maybe the first week I won't go to the church. Maybe I want to set that up for the second week of the month. Then what's really great is there's a habit tracker. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, here's the habit tracker. Kind of a glare. Sorry, and my dog wants to play. And each day of the week is listed here so that you can write out what it is that you want to keep a habit of. So like working out, I want to read every day. Shh. Stop. I'm tracking my spending every day, so that's huge for our finances this year. And then some work with my business. So that's really nice. And then on top of that, each day you have a top to do. And then you have I put a place for gratitude, because I think, oh, this is going to drive me nuts. Porter, stop it. Give me that squeaker. He got the squeaker out of his toy. He wants to play with it. He wants me to play with it. So I can list out to the top of the list here. Gosh, the glare is really bad on this. Sorry, guys. But the top things to do for the day, and then gratitude. I like to write out 3 things that I'm very grateful for that day, and then anything that I need to get done, and then what my workout is at the end. So this planner, because it's got a space for each of those things, the tracker is perfect for, you can put whatever you want in here, so you can have steps to meet your goals for maybe meal prepping, for calories. You can count your calories each day here. You can put what your fitness is, so you can keep track of your fitness if your goal is to lose weight this year. Stopping, cutting out sugar. You can mark off the days you had no sugar. So you can really track on a day-to-day basis, week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter to meet those goals. Now, if you're not a paper person, I don't know of a really good system in an electronic form where it stays in front of you. I'll tell you, for the experience of myself and then many other people who have done this, when you put pen to paper, it's scientific in the brain that it sticks in your brain more. If you type it in, you tend to not remember things. So if you're going to really set some goals this year and you want to make sure that you're meeting them and you're keeping your eyes on them, I highly suggest getting a nice planner for yourself. It doesn't have to be this thick. You can do, they have a lot of really great ones that are 30-day, 90-day weekly planners, so that they're smaller. You can have a little smaller one for your purse, or if you're a guy, you can carry it around in your back pocket. But honestly, having a system in place where you have your goals, all your tasks set in place, listed out for each goal, and you have it set up for 90-day periods, you're going to hit those goals more consistently, and you're going to feel that you've achieved so much in 2019. So my goals, like I said, one of the biggest ones that I'm working on right now is volunteering more. So in January, we are starting our support group for the Tears Foundation in the Northwest Valley of Phoenix. So we're going to be working with bereaved parents. If you know anyone that has lost an infant or pregnancy and they're dealing with the situation of going through grief and they haven't dealt with that grief, send them my way. I'm volunteering to help with that. It's near and dear to my heart. As most of you know, I've lost my daughter 4 years ago, and it is not something that anyone should go through by themselves. So being able to provide that for other people at this time in my life is just so heartwarming, and it makes me extremely excited. And the girl that I'm doing it with is the chapter leader for Tears Foundation. Again, we're going to be doing this goal setting with the Tears Foundation as well. We have many events set up for the year. And then also, you can use this with your kids. If you have your kids that are looking to meet some goals in school, in sports, in whatever it is they might be doing, again, you can help them with that in your planner, but then you can transfer it over into a smaller type of goal setting page for them. I'll tell you this, I've got some really great downloads, and if you are interested in taking a deeper dive into goal setting for 2019, I would love to give you my I think I have 5 downloads for you that you can just take and work through them. And in my private Facebook group, we do all kinds of different, we do a few week-long things, little free groups of like water challenges. We've done push-up challenges, but coming up for 2019, I think I want to do one that is all about goal setting. So if you would like to get in that group, I'm not sure if I'm doing it yet, but at least to get those downloads, send me a message, and then I can send those over to you in Messenger, or if you want to send me your email, I'll go ahead and do that. But I hope this is helpful. I think goal setting is, I totally geek out on it. I think it's a lot of fun. And when you start seeing yourself meet those goals, it just feels, it makes your mindset so much better because you know that you can do something. And I think for a lot of us, when we don't meet our goals, it just brings us down. And then you're reacting. And when you're reacting, you're not ever in that place of being in control. And you should be in control. So I hope this is helpful. I will talk with you guys soon. Hey, Danielle, I hope you're having a great time in Disney. Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a very safe New Year. And we will chat soon.